Oh wow, they heard that 100 and they were like, "What?
Look at this fucking brute."
Jeez, what that happened? How'd that happen, man?
Fucking dude. There's this big ass fucking like white bulldog that one of my neighbors has.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever Bo sees him, although this dog would fucking kill my dog, but my dog wants it, dude. He wants the smoke. I mean, dude, we can see that dog from like 100 feet away, and Bo stops dead in his tracks and just fucking. But we were like walking by their door, and he came walking out with his dogs, and so Bo just tried to fucking run at him, and his leg, like his hind leg, just hit me right between like the bone and the muscle. Yeah, dude. And at first I barely felt it, but then I went to start walking again. Mm-hmm. And then like all of a sudden I had to start limping. And just like one of the worst pains I've ever felt in my leg just started shooting up my leg. Yeah, dude, that is by far the worst Charlie horse I've ever fucking had.
Yeah, I'm glad that my dog's kind of a pussy. Doesn't really want to engage with other dogs too much.
I mean, he was beating up on Bo last time.
He was. I think he has to be like, it has to be on his home turf.
Yeah.
Like if he's out and about, he's skittish. He's not like fucking, I don't know. But dude, sometimes he's like fucking rabbits and squirrels fucking outdo him out there. Like he'll like be right up to getting one and he won't even know what to do with it. But he did fuck up a bunny's nest the other day though. That was pretty rough.
Oh, he got into him?
Yeah.
Killed them all? Good. That shit right there can change a dog too.
Yeah. Well,
I'm telling you, it's like once they get that taste for it, they're like, I want to fuck this up more.
So here's the thing. I mean, he didn't draw blood. Like he was just like digging it and like nosing in it and like kind of sending all the carcasses everywhere. Oh. So it wasn't really like he was eating them. He was just like kind of like the retarded giant, right? Like doesn't know his strength. He's just like, oh, I'm going to play with the little baby bunnies and then they're dead.
Oh, well, they're lucky then because Bo would have probably actually ate them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it would have made my well, actually, no, Molly took care of that one. But yeah, man, I feel like this is going to be the summer.
Jesus, dude. You made your fucking girl take care of it?
It happened when I was at work and I told her, I'm like, just wait until I get home. I'll take care of it. But Molly, I love her. She's such a caring person that like, but to the point where she's stubborn about it. So like, if she wants to do something or really doesn't want me to do something, because like I'll be like you know, we didn't put it in the episode, but like I talked about like, you know, having to put that little bunny out of its misery. That kind of fucked me up a little bit. So she was like trying to do me a favor by taking care of it herself, and I was just like, no, why'd you? I could have done it, you know.
Fuck doesn't fuck me up a little bit. I mean, I don't know. The nigga's already about to die.
True.
If anything, I'm doing a courtesy.
You are doing a courtesy, but at the same time, you're like just feeling like just feeling and understanding like I'm taking life away from this, even if it's the right thing to do. There's still something with that weight. Gay.
Nah, dude. Is this a fucking therapy session, dude? It's so funny the way that people are like, the people that are hating in the comments, most of them have been positive.
Yeah, for real.
But the idiots that can't understand a fucking joke, they're like, this sounds like you need therapy, or, oh yeah, I'm gay for going to therapy. That makes sense. And it's just like, dude, you're so fucking stupid. You wouldn't know a joke if I hit you in the face with a fucking...
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know what I was.
You wouldn't know a joke if it was dancing in front of you naked.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man. No, I think when the crazies come out and when people start talking shit, that's when you know you're doing well.
I wouldn't call those ones the crazies. I just call them the stupids. The crazies.
Yeah, sure.
I think the dude who's crazy is like the dude who was, and then he must have changed his settings because then I couldn't reply to the comment.
Oh, probably.
When I was like, dude, you're talking about Bud Light. And he's like, because he called it tranny fluid. Yeah. Hilarious joke, by the way. Hilarious fucking joke. But I was just like, that's Bud Light. And he's just like, just because you fucking changed the name doesn't make it any different. I'm just like, it sounds like you need therapy, dude. If you're upset about a beer that another man drinks, you probably need therapy. That's a little gay.
Yeah.
Actually, that's pretty gay. That's like straight dude hiding in the closet. Straight dude that's afraid of gays because he's afraid he might like them.
Yeah. Exactly. No, and that's always like there's always that level of homophobia where it's like, this is for sure what it is, right?
I fucking hate the word homophobia still so much, that term.
Yeah.
I mean, because people just overuse it.
Oh, sure. No,
like
it's like racist.
They're hopping in our comments and they're like, oh, this is homophobic. It's like, when the fuck? We're not afraid of gays.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's literally what a phobia would be.
We've had one on our podcast.
Honestly, maybe multiple.
Oh, yeah, Nick. Because Nick's bi, right?
Yeah, he's bilingual. No, I'm just kidding, dude. Shouts out to this fucking YouTuber. He's been doing this shit for years and years. It's We're Gonna Lose. And he has a pretty big channel, but I just recently found out about him. And he's like, if you've ever seen the videos of like the guy who plays NASCAR and shit, and he's like, who, me? And just like, dude, he is one of the most top tier trolls I've ever seen in my life. Like, he'll be like, I mean, I'll suck a dick or two. And then people will be like, oh, you're a fucking queer. And he's like, I mean, not really. He's like, I'm bilingual. And like, dude, he was talking about like hallucinogens and said, he's like, oh, yeah, you do marijuana. He's like, that's a halogen. He's like, yeah, I can't do halogens. He's like, that's a gateway one, too, where you start getting into other halogens like LEDs. And I was fucking, dude, I'm like on my couch just chilling, and I'm like crying, laughing. I was like, dude, this guy is really fucking talking to people, arguing with them between hallucinogenics and halogens. And then the LED, LSD one fucking sent. I was like, you're fucking lying, bro. You're fucking lying right now.
That's funny.
Such top tier, dude. This chick came on, and he's like, hey, anybody called dibs on you yet? And everybody's like, nah, you can have her. He's like, all right, sweet, dibs. And then she says something else. He's just like, oh, never mind. You sound like you got kids. I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Imagine your full-time job is making video game content where you just get on video games and fucking troll people. And not just, you don't just troll people like pissing them off, you know. People like to think they're a troll when they hop on and then they just drop the N-word 5 times in a row to see how it goes.
Yeah, right.
Also kind of funny. Like, if I'm experiencing it and I'm in the lobby, I'm definitely going to say something about it, maybe even report them. But like when he's playing NASCAR a lot, dude, it fucking is just back-to-back getting dropped. Somebody, what did he fucking say? He changed his name to like the date that Dale Earnhardt died. So it was like Dale Earnhardt, the date he died, and then put LOL at the end. And he's like telling people, he's like, no, he's like, when I made this account, I didn't know what LOL meant. I thought it was Legend of Life. And then, dude, this guy just starts calling him like an N-word lover. And just like saying it repeatedly. I'm like, where's the correlation? I'm like, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, dude, you hop on NASCAR, funny. You make fun of Dale Earnhardt Sr. and people get very upset. Or you talk about how you support Bubba Wallace.
Did you ever see that guy during COVID? He was like hacking into Zoom classes and like Zoom meetings and shit. And he would just like fucking troll and like fuck with all the teachers and the students and shit. Like the teacher would be
multiple like that.
I'm sure there are multiple people, but like he was like one of the first ones that did it. And
do you know what his name is?
I don't know what his name is now.
It's kind of hard to tell you if I know him or not.
Yeah, that's very true. He was I think he was a brown kid with black hair and glasses.
That tells me. I just put a pair of glasses on right now. Like, who, me?
That would be fun though to like, dude. I remember there was the video of the fucking the chick that was having sex during a class. It was like fucking. It was like everybody was in a Zoom class and they had the cameras off, and then one chick's just getting fucking pounded. Like on the fucking, like she obviously had the mic off and her camera off. She was just getting fucking railed during class. And the teacher's like, Samantha, are you okay? Like concerned that everybody figures out like, oh.
So wait,
okay.
She had the camera off or the mic off?
She had the camera off and the mic on. And I assume she had like had the whole thing off and then probably accidentally switched it on.
Yeah, she like threw her hand back to do something.
Yeah, exactly. She's
I
grabbing
haven't
her
seen that
vibrator.
one. I've seen the two I've seen that were really funny though. Is like the dude who was in a work meeting and he thought he closed out and then he started jacking it. That's hilarious. Because what are you supposed to do? You know, what are you supposed to? You supposed to fire him? I mean, I feel like you'd have to. I feel like I'd be like, listen, Jeff. For both our sakes, it's probably better if you just head out. I'd be like, yeah, maybe just don't come in on Monday. And then I saw another one with a little kid. It's like elementary grade kids, dude. And his mom or grandma or somebody just walks in butt ass naked. Some black lady.
Of course.
She's like, oh my God, who is that lady naked? She said, turn your camera off. I was fucking dying, bro.
Dude, that happened to...
By the way, hold on.
No,
By the
you're good.
way, stop walking around butt ass naked around your kids.
I agree. That is a weird thing that like my parents never did that. I hear stories of people just be like, yeah, we were all just naked hanging out. And I'm like part of me can understand like, okay, at least you all are like on that level. But at the same time,
family?
Yeah.
Family was just, you've heard people tell you.
Yeah. No, like my ex-wife was definitely had the mom who would just like run around without a shirt on. That happens, man.
That shit is fucking insane.
It is insane.
I mean, I could get like in a natural human sense, like mammalistic sense, you know what I'm saying? It's like people are naked. It's just not something that happens in our society, though. God dang, dude, you gonna shove that whole thing in your mouth?
It wasn't fucking... Isn't that what you do? Don't you swallow
I
it?
can't wait. That's the second time on this podcast. I think one was in like the first 10 episodes that you've done something like that. I think the first time was the mic. Yeah, and I was like, I can't wait till you watch this video back and have to watch yourself do that.
You know, I could fit my fist in my mouth.
Dude. God. I mean,
if I was gay, I would be top tier, man. I would be top tier dick sucker. I would be killing it out there, dude.
God damn it.
I think about that sometimes. I'd be like, I'd be slaying dick right now if I was gay.
One time I'm with like all the homies, like D-Lo, Blythe, fucking Kidsman, just like we're all at Snag's house on New Year's Eve. And we're all just fucking chilling, dude. And I don't remember how it got to it, but somebody was like, well, what if you were gay? I was like, well, then I'd probably fuck dudes. And then my homeboys are like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, what do you mean, what the fuck? If I was gay, then I would probably fuck. I'm like, isn't that like what would make me gay? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And like, you guys are upset with me. What the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
That's all right. I got a
I only
video.
jerk off to gay porn. I won't let any of those men
Not even,
fuck me.
dude. Not even. That would. I mean, I think that would qualify as
that
gay.
would qualify,
Also,
yeah.
I mean, maybe. I guess maybe that also makes you bisexual-ish. If you jack off to gay porn, but you don't fuck dudes.
You're at least like in the safe zone at that point, though. Cause
Nah,
like,
you're just living a lie.
well, you are, but like if you
Go
like,
to therapy.
yeah, exactly.
Get it out.
Get it out of your system.
They'll get you flipped right.
So I have this problem. I'm not gay, but for some reason when I jerk off, I only jerk off to gay porn.
And I just can't stop
I
watching
just
it.
can't. I have a problem.
Yeah,
Not with regular porn. Just
those are guys that
just
beat
with
their
gay porn.
wife and go to church. Yep.
It started as like a research project for them. They were like, I wonder what this is all about.
I would argue that. Yeah, I would argue that fucking. Did you hear that noise? I would argue that
dog.
like a solid like 90% of dudes in America, especially white ones, that like go to church every Sunday but also beat their wife on the back end, they're gay. Because I don't know what the fuck is. You know what I'm saying?
What do you
If I felt like I needed to punch you in the face, I'm definitely not staying married to you.
Yeah.
If you
right.
brought that type of anger up out of me, I'm not going to be like, I should marry this woman. Sometimes she makes me so mad, I just want to punch her in the face. But I think I should marry her. Yep, that's the right move.
It's
Fuck
like-
no, that's insane to me.
It's like a utility thing, you know. Like, what's the value here? Where's this way out on the scales?
Yeah, it doesn't. The math ain't mathing.
How do you? Okay, so thought experiment here. Not even a thought experiment, just hypothetical. Or
Oh my God.
just not okay. Not even those words. Men in their 40s and 50s, they leave their wife, they go be gay. Do you think that they're in the closet, or do you think that some of those men like have a moment in their life where they kind of switch over for whatever reason, like the sex isn't good, they're, I don't know, whatever.
I don't know if the sex not being good.
Yeah, I don't think that would either. That was a
is
bad
something
example.
that would.
I don't know,
dude,
though.
if you hit some pussy so bad that it turned to gay, I don't know what you were ever doing married to that in the first place. That's insane, dude. That is fucking some of the most insane shit I've ever heard.
That's that happens to women a lot, I feel like. I
think
feel like a lot of women become lesbian because they have like their first sexual encounters
we
awful.
talked about this. Like,
That's
I
true.
think the last episode or the
That's
one
true.
before that, they don't become lesbian. They take it for a
Some
test
of them,
run.
some of them legitimately do become lesbian and like stay lesbian though.
Oh,
I've
you
heard
mean-
of that.
okay, yeah.
I've heard of that. Like they have one sexual experience with a guy, it goes awful, and then they just are on women, and then that's just who they are forever. Like that does happen. I've known people that's happened with.
I mean,
We don't know. 'cause
yeah.
we're not gay.
With the dude question, though, I feel like it's probably 50-50.
Yeah.
Because we've talked before about how, like, kids that we grew up with in school and shit, it's like we all knew they were gay before they knew. Mm-hmm. But I will say most of the people I went to high school with that ended up being gay, that was like, oh, they're
Kind of a
gay.
surprise. Yeah.
That was a surprise. Pretty much all women. They're pretty much all women. Like, damn, dude, she had a boyfriend through all of high school. Literally, like, this one chick started dating this dude our freshman year and was with him like a solid 2 years after. Flipped. So,
Damn. What do you think about lesbian couples both having kids?
okay, hold up. This is fucking hilarious real quick. Because this guy was at like a Christian rally talking to this pastor. Mm-hmm. And he's like, so are you okay or not okay with gay marriage? And the guy stopped and thought about it for a second. He's like, well, if a gay man wants to marry a gay female, I'm all for it. I was like, holy fucking shit. And the like 2-second pause he took to think, I was like, if every person at a Trump rally did this, nobody would make fun of y'all. If you just took 2 seconds to think about your answer, dude, that guy ripped it, right? Like, he literally looked up like this. He was like, how do I answer this? And I was like, bro, like, if I was on that side, if I was agreeing with him that, like, gay people shouldn't get married, I'd be like, this is our leader. I'd be like, this guy is the president of the anti-gay marriage club.
I love it when people are like, don't like what they say, like, I still love sinners. They'll like have that rhetoric. They'll be like, God says not to love those who sin. And it's like, dude, you're missing the point. You're still calling them a sinner. You're still saying what they're doing is bad.
Yeah, which is true.
That's the
But
problem.
when you chalk up that point, I'm like, okay, that's a matter of opinion. You know?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, this is my thing. It's like, okay, if you think gay is wrong, if you think being gay is wrong, okay. But it's not very loving of, you know, it's not very I love a sinner to be like, you can't get married though. And you can't do this.
Yeah.
And you can't do that because you're gay. It's like, well, then what the fuck what, you know? I don't know, I'm just real strong on, like, we talked about, like, it goes hand in hand with the thing I said, like, I know guys that work concrete, pouring concrete. Pretty fucking racist dudes. Like, you know, if I see them, say what's up to them, I'm like, how you been, man? I hope they have been well. I've known these people for years, but don't really hang out with them because I don't want to hear the racist shit that they have to say. You know, it's
Sure.
like a pass by talk, but like they're still outside of that, good people, you know, they take care of their responsibilities, they pay their bills, they build our roads. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to tell this guy that he's wrong. I'm going to go let him do his thing, dude. Thank you for this new street that we needed.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, it's just like everybody has the right to their own opinion. You shouldn't.
I think that's true, but like.
You shouldn't be putting up black age just because a chick wants to munch carpet or a dude wants to take it in the butt or give it in the butt, or maybe the chick wants her carpet munched. Either or. I'm just like, if that's like, it's just such a weird thing to me that people get so muncher, aggressively angry about. This is the thing that fucking drives me the most nuts, I think. Mm-hmm. If you just took an actual history class, you know, maybe these people just like, forget what you learned in high school. Maybe just go to a history class, like an open community class, and learn a little bit. All right?
Yeah.
The Roman Empire, one of the biggest, most advanced, greatest empires ever, was one of the first empires of its time to be like, yeah, dudes can fuck other dudes and women can fuck other women.
Yeah.
One of the most advanced societies ever. Why? Probably because they didn't spend their time arguing about who wants to sleep with who. I still believe in a box. Don't get me wrong. I have like the box of things I believe. Then there's like a box outside of that of like, okay, if other people believe those things, I don't, but it's fine. But you go outside of that second box and you're treading dangerous water.
You know, that's a very common correlation throughout history with like the fall of empires. Is the societies will become very like gender fluid and sexually fluid. Like there'll be like homosexuality and like people just being not, you know, like what we call today non-binary. Happened in the Roman Empire, happened in the Greek Empire. So it's kind of interesting to see that also happening today. It's like might be the end of an era.
Maybe
The world might end.
I mean,
might end before this podcast comes out.
Why the world? Why would the world end? What, because America might end?
No.
That's the biggest problem with American Christians. They're like, look what's happening in America today. God speaks about this in the Bible, or Jesus talked about this. And I'm like, okay, what about this? And they're like, oh, well, that happened a long time ago. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's stupid. So a lot of the shit that they say is just so incredibly dumb. But there is one thing I can get down with these fucking anti-gay people. Please, okay? Please. Stop doing this whole fucking party downtown and cutting off streets that I need to use. Please, dear God. Okay? Our tax dollars have paid for some... where does the Iowa State Fair happen? Does it happen downtown?
No.
Why not?
Because that's where people drive.
Yeah. Yeah, they go to the fucking state fairgrounds. They built a whole fucking place for things just like Pride Fest.
You know, they would argue that's even more discriminatory.
I know.
Because
they
give us the streets.
I know.
They have their own plot of land.
Okay, then give them a different street. Why has it got to be the middle of downtown? Give them a street that... Give them fucking... What's the street called?
You're all arguing.
It's not Euclid.
No, what, the one that the state fair is off of? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Euclid.
No, the state fair is not off of Euclid. It's off of University, you fucking crackhead.
Oh, you're right.
I can't remember what the fucking street is that I'm thinking of. I don't care, dude. Give them Southeast 14th. Fuck that street. Fuck that street, dude.
Southeast 14th.
No, that one's real. Just get the middle of fucking downtown is just fucking crazy. Imagine you actually have to go down there to fucking do something you need to do.
Dude, they should put them on the in the intersection of Indianola and Southeast 14th. Just put them in that fucking... And don't put up any like traffic cones or anything. Just like...
Okay, now you're getting real bad right now, dude.
Just tell them, hey, I'll meet in the middle of here.
Give them Southeast 14th and Indianola.
Just that.
Nah, but anything, dude. Even the farmers market, too. The thing... Now, people have asked me this, too, when I've said this recently. They're like, well, I haven't heard you complain about the farmers market. They do that downtown and they close off roads. I'm like, I'm not up soon enough. I don't go. I'm not out driving. They end at fucking noon, brother. I don't leave the house before noon.
Yeah. They're also not sucking each other's cocks. So
I mean, I don't care if they want to suck each other's cocks.
They probably do.
I just don't want to have to fucking take a detour just because. But I do get it because, like, a lot of the bars celebrate and all that shit. I just fucking, cutting off streets annoys the fuck out of me. Especially when you're like, dude, if I don't take this street, my other route is 5 extra fucking minutes that I do not want to have to drive. So please, get out of here.
For everybody's convenience, just stop. Stop.
Just do it somewhere that makes fucking sense. There's so many different things that are like gay pride, like Juneteenth, Black History Month. I mean, we went through our turmoils too, or Asian history or this history. They don't cut off the whole fucking downtown for those. Now,
you know why?
Most people who say those things say it from a place of hatred. They say it because they legitimately don't like that it's gay people doing it. If it was not gays and it was the Asians or the blacks even, I'd be like, or if it was for mixed people, say it was that. I fit directly into that. I'd be like, cool, why don't we go use a place that they built for things like this? Waterworks Park is fucking massive. Go use that.
There you go. There you go.
Like, why doesn't the city
you could do a whole show there.
The city spends all this money. Dude, every fucking year since I have lived in Des Moines, construction happens on Fleur Road. And most of the time, it's them for like the last 3 years. They've been doing shit with all these plants and flowers and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? What the fuck are you doing? Go build an actual big place for the community to use that you don't charge them money to rent because their tax dollars pay for it.
But then they wouldn't make money, Lolo.
Dude, the
taxes aren't enough.
I fucking wish the whole world or the whole country. Look, I said world too. I wish the whole country would have just burned down in 2020. A fucking reset, dude. I thought it was. I was sitting like, dude, I don't know if life is ever gonna go back to normal.
Yeah.
And I was kind of hoping.
Well, I'm glad that it didn't burn down. We wouldn't be here doing a podcast.
I mean, you don't know that.
True. Maybe we'd be the leaders of the new world if it had burned down.
Everybody's like, what about all those ma and pa businesses? I'm like, collateral. Whoa, fuck. I think I made that joke on here already.
Yeah, probably.
God damn it, dude.
Repeating ourselves. It's inevitable.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a fucking cunt bitch.
I'm gonna unalive myself. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
That should be our last episode. We just both kill ourselves on air.
On live. YouTube live.
Yeah, we don't tell Buster. We just until the end, we're like, hey, we're gonna fake that we're killing ourselves, and then we're gonna do it, and he's not gonna know what to do. He's gonna be like, what? Should I stop? Should I stop the live?
Fuck no, we're gonna fuck him up for the rest of his life. He'd be fucking gone mentally.
That's what he has in store.
You'd find him in a home like this. You'd be like, Buster? That's all he'd know how to do is with
Hey, Buster, we have a podcast that we need a producer for.
Just that's fucking tweaking. Dude, I used to work in nursing homes and shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
And rehabilitation centers, all that, in the kitchens. And when I was working down in Oskaloosa, there was this one guy. I don't remember his name. Probably wouldn't divulge it anyways, because I think I could get in trouble for that. But whatever. He, fucking... Are you good?
Always clogs for me.
Well, Sorry. You're not doing it right.
Yeah, I guess not.
But this guy, he was just so funny to me, dude. He was always just a bastard, bro. He'd roll away from his table, and he'd fucking knock shit over, and he'd start stealing other people's food and shit, and fucking hit other people. But they'd be like, come on. Oh, I just remembered his name. But they'd be like, come on, let's just say his name's fucking Chris.
Yeah.
They'd be like, come on, Chris, it's time to go take your shower. And you'd be like, oh, all right, yeah, that sounds nice. Let's do that. And all the girls in the place talked about how we like to get real touchy in the shower. I was like, nice, dude, nice. Because he's fucking senile, dude. This dude is so old and gone, he has no fucking idea what he's doing. Yeah. If he knew what he was doing, that wouldn't be as funny. But they were like, yeah, he tried to do this to me. And I'm like, that's my dog right there. He don't know much. He don't know how to do much of anything anymore. But this motherfucker do know he like ass.
He could be tapping into the subconscious of his riddled brain and still pulling that out.
Dude, you should have fucking... He always goes around like trying to like say some shit like people stole his wallet. Well, I don't have my billfold. You don't have a billfold. Yeah, I do. I just had it. So trying to say I stole it and shit. I'm like, I didn't steal shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, one time I was working at this deli, and there was this autistic guy, this more severely autistic than I was. His name is Mike, and he was just like he would go work for like 2 hours a day. He was like that level. Like he lived at home, like very autistic.
I also live at home. I mean, I'm just
at parents' home.
Oh, okay.
No, he has to live under a bridge. That's how autistic he is.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm kidding. No,
I didn't know he was a veteran.
No,
dude, all the people who just followed us, over 100 followers in the last 2 days. That gets clipped up, they're gone. They're fucking gone, dude. I bet most of the people are a bunch of like people who thought we were being serious. People who thought we were making jokes because we don't like gays. So we were trying to like say, oh, if you go to therapy, you're actually like. It's so funny how many people couldn't tell that I was joking.
Dude, my account, the McAllister Hours, like it waivers 5 subscribers, like for like months. It'll just be like 5 up, 5 down, 5 up. Like people just like subscribe and quit all the fucking time. That's who we are.
I don't think we've had any quitters yet, or at least not much. It hasn't been anything super noticeable.
Maybe 1 or 2, but no, we've been pretty good. But anyways, so
it was actually me. I unsubscribed. What if we do that? We hit 100 subscribers and we go through, and it's one of us that wins the $100.
Oh, what's up to
Sorry, you fucking cunts.
You know that would actually be hilarious. And
You're
like, what are they
done.
gonna do about it? Or like it goes to Austin or something like that. It's like, hey, Austin,
if it goes to him, he's not getting it. Fuck that. Fuck that.
We're gonna
my fucking one of my best friends that I see all the fucking time. Dude, it's so funny how much people think we actually hang out. Like, well, aren't you hanging out with Austin all the time? I'm like, fuck no. We work together. That's why. I'm like, outside of work, it's like we really just don't hang out that much. We see each other enough already.
Exactly.
It'd be like if you got a girlfriend, you know, and you guys live together, and then she says, we should get a job at the same place. I'd be like, fuck too, dude.
I have done that, and it's awful.
Yeah, not a fucking...
terrible.
I'm not doing that shit. Especially because if you see me dating a girl, she a bad bitch, so I got to keep her in the house. I'm not trying to lose her. That's what I'm saying.
No, but anyway, so Mike from the deli that I worked at, he only worked like a couple hours a day because he was so severely autistic, and he would get like really overwhelmed really easily. Like there would be days where he'd be like, because his job was to like go get the like people's like trays and stuff and like their plates or whatever, and he would just like some days he would just be like really mad, like stomping around, like banging his like little, you know, his bin that he kept all the shit in. He would like yell at the customers. He'd be like, fuck you. He would just get mad. He would like go outside, and he would just like, there'd be somebody out taking trash, and he would just start, hey motherfucker, and he would just get so fucking bad out of shit.
Jesus Christ, dude.
They just let this guy work there forever. like you would get really mad that they have to send him home.
Somebody comes, they're like, yo, what the fuck is up with your employee? They're like, hey, he's autistic. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, they had to do that.
All right, I'll let it slide.
But
that's like the Joseph kid that I worked with. Kind of did the same sort of job at a nursing home. Somebody would be like, well, this food's kind of hot. Or you'd serve them their plate, and sometimes they're like, I don't want this. And he'd be like, well, I don't care. I'd be like, oh my God, dude. Or like, so, bro, these kids though were tripping, bro. These kids with these old people, I'm like, these people are so fucking old, they don't even know what's going on. So they'd like order a meal and you bring it to them, and then they'll take like 2 bites sometimes and then just leave. Like, look, they fucking ordered this and they wanted it all specific, and then they didn't even finish it. I'm like, yeah, dude, they're fucking old. I'm like, that's what you get paid for. What the fuck else were you gonna do? Sit around all day? Like, they gotta eat. We gotta feed them. I still can't believe I got fired from that place.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're like, there's
They
a line
fired
to the
me.
door. I do remember you talking about that now.
Yeah, that fucking stupid bitch. I forgot her name too, but fuck her. She was never even there. She was talking about how everybody was gonna go through this whole new training process. Never happened. But like, I came in midway through lunch, and then I worked the night shift. So there's 4 people there, sometimes even 5 during the day for breakfast and half of lunch. And then me and one other person for the entire 8 hours I'm there, because they all would leave early. They'd be scheduled until 3, I think, and they'd all leave at like 1:30, right after lunch. And motherfucker, they'd leave all this shit around, so I stopped picking it up. And then I started taking pictures, sending them to the group chat. I was like, yo, this is why shit gets left out. Because it's every day, and it's like a multitude of shit.
Yeah.
Your job's to pick up dishes and put them away. Your job's to wash dishes. Your job's to cook and clean the cooking station. And then there's 2 extra of you. And you couldn't do it?
Damn.
I'm happy they fucking fired me, dude. I used to, so they have like dementia hallways and places like that. Mm-hmm. And dementia people, you know, sometimes it's really hard to get them to eat.
Sure.
And like, bro, I'm telling you, sometimes I would push the food carts back there, and I would have to, when I went back there to grab them, I would have to open them up and check through the pans, because there'd be like 13 people in the hallway, so I'd send 13 pork chops. 6 left in there. And then the fucking fat bitch CNA is sitting there eating her plate of dinner. I'm like, yo, why is there so many in here? They're like, oh, so-and-so didn't want to come out of their room. Bitch, they have dementia. That's go get them out of the fucking room and make them eat. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You really
right
had
now?
to tell her to remind her to eat? Remind them to eat?
People with dementia?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll go to the table. They'll be like, I'm not hungry. And then or they won't even say that. They'll be like, why? They're just sitting there silent. Like, why am I here again?
Yeah.
And then they'll get up and try to walk back to their room. So you have to like watch the table. That's why there's somebody stationed in the dementia hallway at all times. So them bitches was just, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm a cook here. It's my job to cook, deliver the food, and pick it back up. And I'm over here having to show people where shit is at. They'll be like, I couldn't find silverware. I fucking walk in that bitch. I open up one drawer. And I'm like, there you go, dumbass. That's how fucking stupid you are. You couldn't even open the drawers that are right fucking behind where you sit on your ass. And they fired me. Good, dude. Now, the only reason it makes me like legitimately kind of upset is because it's like, those old people fucking loved me. Like, I would make them food and actually season it. They'd be like, this is good. I'm like, we've never had nothing like this. I'm like, oh yeah, you have. You just didn't have it my way. Like, I'm fucking colored, bud. I put some seasoning in that bitch. But and like, I'm actually legitimately taking care of them. My grandma had dementia, so it's like important to me that the people in these hallways are getting the care that they're fucking paying for. Their families are.
Yeah, my grandpa has dementia, actually.
See a grandma with dementia, sad. Grandpa with dementia, possibly kind of funny.
No, it's not
Possibly.
sad. It's not sad at all. He was the.
It's not sad at all.
No.
Not even a little bit.
No, the guy's.
Like, fuck no, it's not sad.
No. Look, I mean, he was a.
What? How far is he?
Oh, how far down is he?
Yeah.
I think he's had it for a year or two.
So like, does he still talk to you sometimes? And it makes sense.
I didn't talk to him before he had dementia.
He's one of them grandads, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
was he one of those grandpas that were like, "You're fucking gay"?
Not. I mean, he was on that vibe for sure. He always talked about how the Mexicans would mow his lawn for him and shit like that. Yeah, he wasn't.
He liked the Mexicans though, huh?
I mean, he liked it when they mowed their lawn.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably the only time.
That's why whites and Mexicans get along so well, dude. Mexicans want to work. Most real Mexicans from Mexico, they want to work and make money. And the white guys are like, well, hey, I need somebody to fuck over. I need somebody that I can pay as low as I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the minimum line for other people in your position working this amount of hours. Here's the line in which I'm going to pay you. And it's just like, and they're like, okay, yeah. When I left Olive Garden, I was making $14.50 and I left because the new place was giving me a raise, which Olive Garden wouldn't. Yeah. And then when I went to leave, I started talking to the dudes about how much they made. These niggas was like all making $12 an hour. They was like, oh, and they were like, what? I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm working 30 hours a week. You working 60, making less than me. I'm like, how the fuck that makes sense? I'm like, you're tripping, bro. Yeah. I bet they hate me over there. I bet them niggas quit.
Yeah, they probably did.
I mean, they might have.
So? Yeah.
I don't know. I would have been like, listen, dude, I hired you here illegally. You fucking leave me, you're gone. Sorry, bud, you're stuck.
I mean, that's kind of the game that's played a lot of times.
The thing that don't make sense to me is you'll hire in this white dude or black dude or whatever, some dude that's not from fucking Mexico and actually trying to like they're not just here to work and pay their bills. Like, they actually have a reason to make money. And it's like a lot of them are coming up from something where it's like, yo, I can actually focus on my work and buy nice shit here. Not that other places in Mexico aren't like that. But it's like they'll hire in this white guy or this black guy or whatever, and they'll be like $15 an hour, nothing less. And they're like, okay, we'll pay you $15 an hour. While we fuck over the Mexican guy because he's illegal, and we're going to fuck him over. But he's also going to work twice as many hours than you and probably work twice as hard. I'm not going to say they work twice as hard as me, but they definitely worked harder. Because I was like, fuck this shit. These niggas could be paying me $20 an hour. You know what I mean? So they don't think like that, though. And that's why it's shitty, dude. The system that these jobs have come up with for you to have to realize that your next big pay raise is a new job is fucked.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could probably account a lot for that, being government, but we won't get into that conversation.
What the fuck does the government have to do with the fact that Olive Garden didn't decide to give me a pay raise that they couldn't afford or they could afford?
Well, they enforce minimum wage.
I didn't make minimum wage.
No, I know, but they create a standard and then they inflate the dollar, make everything more expensive, so then that causes businesses to be, more, not as willing to give.
Bro, I'm not about to sit here and blame the government for a multi-million-dollar corporation.
But they wouldn't exist without the government. Like they wouldn't have that much money if the government did.
Dude, some of these fucking companies aren't just American-based, Coleman. People can make fucking millions of dollars without the fucking government. Like, yeah, sometimes people get tax breaks for things. That's not, I mean, those things are out on the playing field where me and you could use those tax breaks for things too. You could get an LLC and then claim that this purchase and that purchase, and you can go get a fucking Roth IRA, and you could do all those things too. These people just have money. And so it puts them in a position where they have not just money, but they're making money passively. So it puts them in a position where they have time. So they have time to go and talk to people and learn things. And not only that, because they have money, they're able to meet people that also have money, maybe even more money than them. And those people are able to teach them things with that time that's available. You know what I mean? So they're here's going to be your quickest, easiest, cheapest way for you to get a Roth IRA or whatever or whatnot, and for you to like excel quickly. It doesn't. It's just not always the government.
Well,
Like,
a Roth IRA is the government.
Oh no shit! But it's not like the government just giving. It's the government giving anybody a break. Anybody that decides to actually take the steps to make it happen. Like there you go. It's not like it's like you can't get one or I can't get one. I mean, we can't right now.
But that's what I'm saying. It creates a class. It creates a sphere. Like there's a reason that like people like
you sound like those people when cops kill somebody and it's on like the Young Turks bullshit, and they're like, I mean, why did this guy act so crazy? It's obviously because Republicans
don't sound like that.
It's obviously because Republicans don't want to change these laws so that Americans are living in poverty. I'm like, dude, you could not be in poverty and still be a crazy motherfucker ready to shoot somebody. You could just be fucking on drugs.
That's really unlikely, though.
That's really unlikely that you're a crazy motherfucker because you're not in poverty. Have you ever seen a Karen?
Yeah, but they're not like on that level, the same level that like people in poverty are. Like homeless people like going crazy. Like I don't think Karens really hit that level.
I mean, no, because a lot of these homeless people are fucking drug addicts. They got something making them crazy. They don't just have to be crazy. No. I just watched a video of some white lady that like her husband was a judge or some shit, and they tried to pull her over for a speeding ticket, and then she fucking freaked out, started trying to fight the cops. That lady's fucking nuts and not anywhere close to poverty. Not anywhere close. Driving in her big old brand new SUV, stupid bitch. I should have stole that shit.
I don't know. It's an interesting debate. But I mean, I don't think that's a stretch.
I don't think the government's that big of a reason as to why a multi-million-dollar corporation can't give a dollar raise.
No, I mean, it creates. All I'm saying is that it fosters and creates the system where like people are able to like look like with stocks, for instance, like people who like if you buy stocks, you get a tax break. Like you get like a huge tax break. Like investing, it actually makes you more money than saving. Like that's the system that like the government has created, which is like why these like multi-million-dollar companies like continue to thrive, continue to get more money. And then they're in this club, right? It's like the age-old George Carlin bit. It's a club, and you're not in it. I mean, the government facilitates that club by giving people loopholes and tax breaks and all that. Gives them what's like welfare for like what happened in COVID, like how all these companies got like all these welfare checks, right?
There's a lot of motherfuckers that were not rich and weren't big companies that got some big ass checks though. There's a lot of people that have gone to jail for applying for what was it, like PPP loans and shit like that.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot of people that they've come and got and put in jail over like the last year too. Imagine you're just like, bro, I just got banded up, 100 bands from the government from this fucking loan. We're rich. And then you're just living life 3 years later. The feds are like, you're fucked, buddy. That's fucking honestly hilarious, dude. I'm like, there you go, stupid. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they'll get you.
Oh, yeah, they will. It'll take some time.
They're going to come after me someday. They're like this anarchist going on the YouTubes.
I don't think they're coming.
Gotta wipe them out. Let me live my dream, Lolo.
They're like, hold up, dude. This guy doesn't even like working now. Like he's wiping out himself.
They're gonna make a documentary after me. They're gonna make a movie after me. Coleman X instead of Malcolm X. Coleman X.
Dude,
that's what it's gonna be.
The fuck out of here, dude. Listen, dude. We already made.
Was it the Saudis? Or I don't even know who killed Malcolm X. Do you remember what that group was that killed him?
No.
Did you ever see Malcolm X?
No.
Such a good movie.
He was dead before I was born.
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about the movie.
Yeah.
I thought you meant, have I ever seen Malcolm X?
No, none of us have.
I've seen a few guys that look like him.
He has that look. Yeah. People have definitely taken upon the Denzel Washington Malcolm X look.
Or just Malcolm X. He played him.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Spike Lee did it.
Well,
It was really well
Spike
done.
Lee.
You've never heard of Spike Lee?
I've heard it, but I don't know who the fuck that is.
He's a director.
Oh,
He's like one of the like the prominent black directors of
his name's
history.
Spike.
Spike Lee. Yep, a Spike Lee joint, as he would call them. The movies.
Definitely thought he was Asian.
No, he's a black man. Yeah, Spike Lee's the shit. He's made some good stuff.
Did he make the good stuff or did he direct it? Yeah, that dude didn't make a fucking
he
thing.
starred in his own movies too, which is fucking wild. Like he was one of the first guys to like star and direct his.
Buster, look this nigga up real quick. I want to see what he looked like.
Oh wait, Buster,
you there?
Buster.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Kind of weirdly looked like Malcolm X actually, except he has the circular glasses, like the Harry Potter glasses, I think. And he has he wears Spike Lee. He wears like his cap.
Why didn't he just play him?
He starred in it. He was like Malcolm X's friend. Like he played Malcolm X's friend in that movie.
Wasn't good enough to play Malcolm X?
I don't know if it's that he wasn't good enough. He probably just wanted to have a actor who he thought was better, that could play the role better, and that he could actually direct himself.
So he picks fucking Denzel Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, dude. Place falling down?
You don't like Denzel?
Nah.
You think he's overrated?
Overrated as fuck.
You never saw Training Day?
I've seen Training Day.
Ah, he's so good in Training Day, dude.
I don't get the hype.
He's so he's just menacing. He's like fucking like he's like he has like that Jack Nicholson-esque to him. But he's like
if you love Jack Nicholson so much, why don't you marry him?
I'm surprised he's not dead.
Is he not?
He's still alive. He's still kicking it somehow.
What the fuck does he say when he knocks in that door?
Here's Johnny.
Oh yeah.
Another great movie.
Not a great movie at all. That movie was so fucking slow and
fuck
boring,
you and
dude.
everybody thinks it's a bad movie. Okay, it's a fucking fantastic film.
You ever seen that one stupid ass movie with the dog? What's it called? Like Cujo?
Cujo. That is a stupid movie.
So fucking stupid.
I fell asleep watching that though, like a couple months ago.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty dumb. We used to watch. We watched that when we were kids, and like, you know how they always do it with the music and the ominous shit.
Sure, yeah.
And they get your heart rate up and going, and then it was just like, after like the first two scary scenes, we're like, this is dumb, and we're all a bunch of little kids. We're like, this is fucking stupid.
I watched. We just went on vacation, me and Molly, to Omaha.
That's vacation.
Yeah, that's vacation for us. We're pretty lame.
So you could have just almost stayed in Des Moines at that point.
Have you been to the Omaha Zoo?
Oh yeah, I have been to the Omaha
It's
Zoo.
badass, dude.
But I went there
hotel
once
sucked,
when I was a very little kid, and
it's good.
yeah, I don't remember really what it was like.
Well, I sent you the picture of the gorilla. I sent the group chat. I said that was your
Oh,
uncle.
that was your picture?
Yeah, that was. I actually took that at the zoo. But like at the time,
You said it was my fucking uncle. And then I was like, yeah, fucking Houston's been rough on them. God damn it.
But I was like, I think I'd eaten like 4 or 5 Delta gummies. Because I couldn't get my hands on real ones. At the place, and like when we got to the gorillas, I felt like that captivity, like seeing them in captivity made me feel really uncomfortable. And we flew through the gorilla exhibit because I was like, I don't know. It's sad seeing all of them in captivity, but like when you get to the gorillas, the ones that are like super close to us, you're like,
Yeah, and then you get scared because you're like, what if they know what I've been saying about them? What if they know what I think about them, dude? Do you think he could break this glass? Like, how do they test this glass for gorillas? How do they know it can hold a gorilla? We better get out of here.
What would they say if they knew I compared them to black men at least 4 times a week?
I don't know.
I'm joking.
Yeah, you might have dug yourself a hole with that one, but
that's what I do every week. I dig myself a hole. I gotta get a shovel right here, and I just gotta fucking. We're gonna have a crater in the middle of the room by the end of the fucking.
I didn't think the last one was that bad. I didn't feel like on the last one we talked too much shit.
The last one was fine. There was one. No. It was.
Why are you yelling?
I don't know.
I'm right here.
I just
said no.
It's the autism, okay? I have no gauge.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Blame it on that when I can't, man.
Fucking retards, dude. You fucking just can't. You can't get them to do what you want. They just do what they do.
We're independent thinkers. That's why we become libertarians.
That'd be my life. I'd have a fucking, I mean, not autistic, but I would have a kid with just worse ADHD than me. And I'd be like, dude, somebody got to hit this motherfucker, dude. Like, somebody got to hit him. I'd be paying other kids, be like, hey, go beat his ass.
Let's not go down that road again. All right, man. We're at the hour.
We went down that road before?
Dude, we talked about fucking... I listened to the episode today. We talked about fucking child, like corporal punishment.
Oh.
We did that last episode.
Yeah, but that's kind of different.
Again, we're not going to...
Because what were we talking about, like punishing kids for other things? I don't remember. I'd just be annoyed. I was just talking about the fact of, like, you can't hit your kids these days because it's child abuse. Yeah. But nobody told me that I can't pay this other 6-year-old to beat up my 6-year-old.
That could be fair game.
And then when he comes home and he's like, Dad, I got beat up, I'm going to be like, it's time. Time to teach you how to fight back.
There we go.
Hone in that ADHD. Get them focused.
You have figured out the loophole, my friend.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Start paying other kids to beat up your kids.
Well, and you can exploit the fuck out of them. You only have to pay them like $3.
Exactly. They're going to be cheap as fuck. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Have you ever seen the video? There's like a rapper, right? And he's like clearly somewhere in like probably like his home city or whatever. He's got the door open to this car and he's giving like some kid some money. And he's like, what do you want, little bro? And he's like, I want $8,000. And he just, dude, the look on his face, he got so serious and angry looking. He's like, I want $8,000. He pushes him away. He's like, bro, get the fuck out of here. He's like, you making me uncomfortable, bro. Like, bro, hell no. Nah.
He pulls out a Glock. He's like, $8,000 now.
Dude, dead ass though. Dead ass. When it comes to like kids, I don't. That young is different, but like kids, I don't play with them, bro. I don't fuck around with that. You 15, 16, 17, bro. Fuck that, bro. You come up on me, I'm a pull my shit most likely. Because I think these kids make me more nervous than anything.
Yeah, we do live in kind of a weird age.
Yeah, these young kids, like
they really understand.
Hey, especially if they're really from that type of lifestyle. I met these kids, like right when I moved up to Des Moines. I was at this party with these chicks and shit, and like these other dudes came over, and they were hanging out like with one main homeboy, but he had his little homies with him. This one kid's 15, or like 3 of them were, and shit like that. And I chopped it up with them. They was cool. We had a good time and shit. They was drinking, smoking. I was drinking, smoking, all that. And then like 2 weeks later, this is like as in my transfer of moving up here, they fucking went to jail. They had a shootout. Like some years back when they're talking about like a 15-year-old kid or a couple 15-year-old kids had a shootout in Des Moines. I was like, I just met this motherfucker. I was like, that shit is insane, bro. Like, what the fuck? When I was 15, mind you, I grew up in Oskaloosa. Like, I had thoughts of like, oh, when I'm old enough, I'm going to own guns, obviously. But I didn't have thoughts of like, I'm ready to get in a fucking shootout.
Yeah.
As much as guns should stay legal, dude, I do. Sorry, I'm continuing, but like, I do think that guns, like, there clearly is a gun issue in America.
I don't think it's a gun issue, man. I think it's a people issue. I think it's a mental health issue.
Yeah, no fucking shit.
But I don't think that's to do with the guns.
It's not like you're gonna just be able to fix it in a fucking moment's notice.
No, but I don't think it's the gun's fault.
I think before, way quicker than you could. I'm not saying it's the fucking gun's fault. It's not like the gun has a mind of its own. I'm saying there's obviously a gun issue in America if so many 14, 15, 16-year-old kids are getting their hands on guns that they now own. Like, whether they're stealing them, whether they're getting them black market off the streets, finding them. Like, there's some type of issue with these kids. Because, bro, what happened to the days when you fought? Like, when you had an issue with the dude. Well, so you took your buddy, you grabbed your best buddy, he grabbed his best buddy, you met up somewhere, and you fought. No poles or guns or knives, and one of y'all got your ass whooped. Most likely. And if you got your ass whooped, you stood up, you shook hands, and you guys didn't have problems anymore. And that's how it went. That's like most of my life. But the past like 10 years have been like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, there were guns back then too.
I know there was guns back then, but I would have had no fucking idea at 15 years old where to get my hands on a fucking gun.
Sure.
I think gangbanging became different. I think that's a problem when it comes to like the ghettos, because like when you meet old school gangbangers, they didn't do shit like that.
Yeah,
like a lot of gangs really became things to protect their neighborhoods, and a lot of gangs became things in their neighborhoods that were almost like a HOA. Like they'd be like, hey, you need to clean this up, and they'd help each other out, and they'd really become a community.
Yeah, exactly.
And that definitely stopped.
Yeah.
You know what it was?
The government.
Donald Trump. Reagan. Government. Sorry.
Reagan had a lot to do with it. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, dude. Soon as them drugs came in. I think that's just it. You know, poverty, drugs, and guns do not mix.
Yeah, that's a conversation for another day.
It's like dropping Xanax in the codeine, baby. All right.
Going wild.
Go subscribe. We only need one more subscriber to YouTube.
Well, I mean, fuck, by this point it might have already happened, but if not, you got a chance to win $100. So
$100 hairs going to...
Unless you're a dumb cunt like most of the people that tune into this podcast.
Unless you're Austin Blythe. And if I hit your name, you're not getting shit.
That's going to be the funniest fucking thing ever.
But I probably will now that we've talked about it. It'll probably be the first name to come up. The
funny thing is, too, like, we'll have another former guest that hits it, and we'd totally give it to them. But only Austin won't be the one. If Austin gets it, he's not getting the
I'll be like, sorry, dude. You get the blessing of being my friend. I didn't think I owed you stuff.
Give it to Ashy. He has a kid. He could use it, you know?
I'm not giving it to his ass either.
All right.
It's tax season, dude. Them people with kids got more money than me right